All right, so I have some exciting stuff. I have been resting from the crazy year that I had last year, and one of the things that I did is finally out this book that I designed with Netflix. Storybots from Netflix, and I wanted to talk about how that came about. But I need to exercise and I gotta set my lights back up. I'm gonna get back into it 1 second. Here we go.
I was made for this. Yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this.
Okay, so this is a very exciting moment for me. My collaboration that I did with Storybots, the Netflix series. If you look at this, worked on this last year, designed by Mark Wick, which is so incredible to have these books. I finally got my copies in, and I wanted to share the story of how this whole thing came about. At the same time, I also want to, like, when I talk about last year being a crazy year, I just want to take a step back and talk. So first off, you have to remember, I still have a day job. And because of that, I'm able to have a creative outlet because that job pays for my bills and I don't have to demand my art to support me. And that's a really powerful place to be in as a creator. And there's a lot of debate that can be had over that because, like, ultimately I would love to have my art support me. But in the meantime, I also have 3 kids and all the expenses that I have to take care of. That to alleviate the stress of that, I can't explain how important that is. For people that are young, this is one avenue, one way to do it. Get a day job that allows you to pay your bills, and outside of that, you have curiosity and exploration and discovery and build on that. I think is a really powerful place to be in as a creator, as someone desiring a different life. You first have to be able to get the stress of the day-to-day and the bills out of the way. So with that being said, last year I did 2 projects with Limitless Bespoke. One was the Siglali capsule collection that was super cool working with them. And then I also filmed and edited all of the different videos for the hopscotch project that they did as well. And I mean, inside of that, it wasn't just one video, it was all these multiple clips that they used on social. And I mean, so it was a ton of video work that I did with them, which was so much fun. I also launched volume 35 on Kickstarter. So first time doing Kickstarter, first time doing real publishing where I actually had inventory, small inventory, but still was getting, working on that business model, being able to make it more profitable or more scalable instead of the on-demand printing. And then while I was doing the Kickstarter, a week or 2 weeks after I kicked that off, I was at the same time in parallel running a Kickstarter campaign and designing this book. But the story that I want to talk about out of all that is, so I've been running the 3V and this magazine for 7 years now. I'm about to do my 7th magazine, and when I started this project, I knew that it would take 10 years for anyone to really understand what I was doing, and another 10 years after that to really elevate and scale and bring this to what I want it to be. So here I am 6 years in at the time. I had sold 18 magazines to date. And then I was on this app as I was preparing for volume 35. I was on multiple apps kind of promoting, less semi-promoting, but at the same time just like sharing the creative process while I'm creating the magazine and sharing progress. And so I had one of these apps was called Hi-Ho, which is just like a video conversation you have with people. And someone had posed a question, what are you going to be working on?
Good morning, beautiful humans. What is one thing you are going to accomplish today? And how are you going to accomplish it?
And I shared some of the layouts of what I was doing. All right, so here's what we have so far. Beginning of the section, this is Anthony, and this is the article that I was doing on him. So I have the and this person, Evan, who I didn't know anything about, replied and was like,
"Hey Mark, that is just some really beautiful design and layout. That's all I wanted to say. Awesome work."
And I was just, thank you so much. Honestly, that means a lot to just take the time to acknowledge someone for what they do is like core to who I am. So seeing you do it, honestly means a lot to me. So he's like,
"Hey Mark, yeah, I always try to point out nice work and compliment it when I see it. And that looked really good. Plus, just the idea of a magazine about inspirational people is awesome. And where can I buy a copy?"
And I told him my website, and then, not only that, but then he went on and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to buy this, and something's wrong with your site." He helped me troubleshoot my site. Long story short, turns out he bought volume 34 and 33 at the time, so we had 2 copies, and I thought that was cool. I'm like, oh, just someone I don't know bought the magazine. Turns out he is one of the founders of Storybots, one of the main creators, him and his brother, his brother Greg started Hi-Ho. And that was like the connection. And so me exploring this new app and putting things out there, met this incredible person that he got my magazines. He was the 20th magazine that I had sold, 19 and 20. And he's having these, and he's like, man, I'm looking for someone to help me design a children's book. And he happened to have, like, the serendipity of meeting me, getting my work, and making that connection, and then reaching out to me. It's just like, hey, I'm doing this children's book with this thing called Storybots. And I'm like, wait a second, hang on. What? One of the things that he said that really hit me, he said, it's really important for me, the people that I work with. Like, that's really what allows you to have great success, is collaborating with other people that you really like vibe with and that like you can trust. And him and I like really hit it off immediately. And all of this to say, like, that never would have happened if I never would have started this project. This project that had never gotten me really any money, never was about the money, but I always knew that it would be what opened up other opportunities. And this was the first moment where the project that I had been working on that I love, and I'll probably always do, but will never really be the thing that clicks. It's been the thing that's helped me figure out my process, figure out what I love, how I love to work, who I love to work with. And it's been invaluable in that sense. It's really about the serendipity of putting your things out and these happenstances working out. The energy that you put out, there's other really wonderful creative people out there. Maybe it's not they're looking for you, but things might line up. And that's what this was. It just happened that we talked and he ordered it in the same time that he was doing this project, and he put these 2 things together. I just wanted to tell this story because I think as a creator and a hopeless romantic, I love these stories. I love them because it's years and years and years. Like, this is 6 years. 6 years of putting it out, trying to market it a little bit here and there. And again, remind you, I have a full day job that I do to pay the bills, but you have to find time. You have to make time for your creative area, for your endeavors that you want to see come to life. And believe that somewhere down the road, the things that you're doing now are preparing you for tomorrow. They're preparing you for the next decade. And because of all the work that I've done in the last 6 years, I was able to, in a month and a half, create this in iteration back and forth with the team, be able to create this book. Like it's because of the time and the effort of the years that I put in that I was able to execute when the time came. But that's it. That's the big thing that I wanted to share. I have these books that came, and it's just incredible. I can't even believe it. So thank you for watching, and reach out if you have anything, and I'll see you in the next video.